Is it recording? Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to your May 2025 astrological forecast. So the month starts off with the sun still in Taurus up until the 20th, and on the 4th we have a planet going retrograde, which is Pluto. Okay, everything else is in direct motion. On the 10th, Mercury moves into Taurus. On the 12th, there's a full moon in Scorpio. On the 20th, the Sun moves into Gemini. On the 24th, Saturn moves into Aries. And I do have to say, you know, Neptune moved into Aries last month. I'm sorry. There, I had to use my computer, okay, to record. My camera is really screwing up, so please bear with me. You'll see on some of the other videos, they're like totally out of focus, so please just ignore that. Anyway, Neptune just moved into Aries, and Saturn also moves into Aries on the 24th, giving Pisces a little break. Okay, over the summer at least. Both of these planets will move back into Pisces to finish up their transit there. And then next year they'll fully move into Aries. But for this summer, for like a few months, both of these planets are going to be in Aries. So, you know, Pisces gets a break, and even Virgo, as far as that goes, the opposite sign of Pisces. So on the 25th, Mercury is in Gemini, and on the 26th, there's a new moon in Gemini, and all month, Venus is in Aries, and Mars is in Leo. Okay? So, thank you so much. Special shout out to my subscribers for your continued support, for your likes and shares and comments, and if you're new to my channel and you like this video, be sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. You'll be notified each time I upload something. You can also check out the links in the description box below. There is one to my website, but it is easier to just email me at Zane's Zodiac .com. I'm sorry, Zane Zodiac at gmail.com. Okay. And just ask me whatever it is you would like to know, whatever service, you know, do I offer this service or that service or whatever. And there's also a thing called Ask Me a Question, which is for those of you who only want to know maybe one or two things about your chart. And also, don't forget to check out my weekly forecast, which is now daily shorts. And now for your forecast. Hi, Aries. You know, first of all, I have to mention that I'm not using my camera. It was giving me problems. A lot of my videos came out of focus, even though I know I focused. Anyways, I'm on my computer, which I don't normally use for recording, but whatever. It's actually much easier. But the thing is I have lights on either side of this computer, and they're like shining in my eyes, and they're causing me to squint. So just please ignore me. Okay, ignore me if I squint. Okay. So the sun is in Taurus, right? Up until the 20th, and your second house. That's where you have sign of Taurus, second house being the house of earned income and possessions. So the sun is here until the 20th, and Mercury moves here on the 10th, and the planet Uranus is still here. So with the sun here, obviously, you know, your focal point is money, earned income, and your possessions. And this is also the house of your feelings of self-worth, also your personal values, and also your valuables. Okay, your investments, many things. Okay, this is also hidden talents. Okay, it's the house of hidden talents with the planet Uranus here. I'm pretty sure those have already come to the surface, right? No, hidden no longer, hidden no more. So whatever they are, should have brought in a way for you to earn either extra money or just form a side venture or a second stream of income that hopefully will become your main source of income. Okay? If you are waiting for money or to be receiving something, it could be a belated birthday gift or something or other, may happen once Mercury moves here on the 10th, and Mercury is actually moving very fast. It leaves Taurus on the 25th. It moves into Gemini. Okay, so it's only in Taurus from the 10th to the 25th. So it might be a good idea to inquire about something, because there is a full moon in Scorpio in your 8th house on the 12th. It's 8th house is directly across from the 2nd house. These are the money houses. Okay, and 8th house is other people's money and resources, passive money through means other than earning it, such as a legal settlement, insurance payout, increase in a bank loan or a credit card, increase in credit, a refund of some kind, tax refund possibly. This is also the house of shared property and shared debt, and many, many other things. Okay, but if you do share property or bank accounts or credit cards with someone else, this might be around the 12th, the time that you have to have a talk with them, both of you possibly agreeing to stop spending or paying off bills or something or other. Okay, because a full moon brings a problem to the surface so you can deal with it and then do away with it. So you may even be on like the phone with a financial institution or creditor. Maybe they've been taking stuff out of your, paycheck or whatever, or been billing you for something you didn't ask for, or whatever. Check your bank statements and your credit card statements, just to be on the safe side. Okay, so I do have to mention that, Neptune did move into your sign last month, and now Saturn moves into your sign on the 24th. Okay, you have Venus in your sign the whole month. So, I always say, because Venus has been here before recently, so, it's good for you. It's like, you can do no wrong. When Venus is in your first house, your own sign, or your 10th house, okay, people will find you more appealing now than at any other time. They want to stay on your good side. They want to do nice things for you, little favors. They want to take you out to eat, for lunch, dinner, drinks, something or other. You're probably still receiving little gifts from your birthday, or a just because gift, it doesn't have to be for your birthday. Whatever, okay? Mercury is still in your sign too, up until the 10th. So you're still on the receiving and sending end of a lot of communications. Okay, could even just be like regular mail, regular postal mail, so it doesn't have to be conversations or phone calls, but I would have to say the majority of your communications are just that. Okay, I do have to mention, like Neptune, I am doing a video on both of these planets in your sign, Neptune and Saturn. Okay, so for now though, I will tell you they're just here over the summer. Okay, they will be moving back into Aries, back into Pisces to finish out their transit there. Then they'll fully move into your sign next year. So you'll be getting a little bit of a preview of what it's like to have these planets in your first house. So, with Neptune here, I do have to say that you're going to really have to rely when this planet especially fully moves into your sign on your instincts and your intuition. Okay, it is a psychic planet, and it will bring out your psychic abilities. It does rule illusion though, and deception, and many, many other things. So you will have to fall back on your gut feeling as to how to proceed with something, or you know, or are you getting all the information? Is someone lying to you? Is whatever. Okay, we'll get into this when it actually really moves into your sign, but you will just get a brief preview over the summer. Okay, and Saturn doesn't move here until the 24th, so it's still in Pisces up until that time, in your 12th house of behind-the-scenes activities by you or someone else, secrets and confidences, the subconscious mind, dreams, the house of confinement, the house of charity, and many, many other things. So I don't think there's all that much of a difference, you know, because this is a house of hidden matters, hidden things. You know, with this planet here, it could have brought up fears from absolutely nowhere that you never had before. Okay, I always say something like, you know, you might be one of those people that swim or did swim every single day in the summer, you know, when you were a kid or something or other, and now you're afraid of water all of a sudden, just since this planet entered here a few years ago. You may have developed fears that you never had before. So now those will also be going away. It was just the planet. It wasn't real. Okay? And the sun moves into Gemini on the 20th. Mercury moves here on the 25th, and a new moon in Gemini on the 26th. And Jupiter is still in Gemini until next month. Right? So your third house is your everyday life. The people and places you would encounter throughout the normal course of your day, your neighbors, your neighborhood, your siblings, your cousins, local travel being like a day trip, an overnight trip, or a weekend trip, and it's usually a road trip. You know. Also, all forms of communication, okay, including regular postal mail. So you could receive some pretty good news, you know, especially when Mercury moves here. But having Venus in your first house helps too. Okay, and having Jupiter in your third house also helps. I wouldn't be surprised if you did take a short trip somewhere. You know, just it could even be just for the day to do something like really fun. You know, you have Mars and Leo in your fifth house of fun. And Mars is a very energizing planet, not to mention your ruling planet. So you really want to get out there and do stuff. You know, fifth house is also games, sports, entertainment, gambling, fun, romance, creativity. You know, you could be traveling for this very reason, to do one or two things. You know, but it could be stuff that you had already planned. You know, so it's not like it's a surprise, but whatever you're doing may turn out a lot better than you expected. Not that you're going to have a better time than what you thought. It's just that something, I don't know, could happen that makes your trip like very memorable and very I don't know, in a way, may possibly bring you good fortune. So maybe you're going to meet someone or visit a place that will play some kind of important role in your life eventually. Okay? So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Aries on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Libra, and those dates are the 8th, 9th, and 10th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. The best time for money is the 10th, 11th, 12th, 24th, 25th, and 26th. The best time for your career is the 15th, 16th, and 17th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 13th, 14th, 15th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. So I hope you enjoyed your forecast for May. Be sure to check out my weekly forecasts, which are now daily shorts. See ya!